Federal High Court Abuja on Thursday dismissed a suit filed by Judiciary Staff Union of Nigeria, JUSUN, against Edo government, asking for an order to freeze the state's account. Justice Okon Abang, in a ruling on an ex parte motion marked FAC/ABJ/CS/CC7/2013, brought by counsel to JUSUN, Mohib Komalafe, said the application, coming less than a month before the governorship election scheduled for September 19, was designed to cripple governance in the state. The News Agency of Nigeria reports that JUSUN, on behalf of judiciary workers in Edo State, filed a suit to seek the payment of its members' salaries and entitlement spanning 7 months. Among the accounts JUSUN also sought to be frozen by the court was attached to the Federation Accounts Allocation Committee. According to Justice Abang, this application was filed in a bad faith and it is reasonably believed to have an ulterior motive. It is ill-motivated because the judgment of this court can still be enforced even after the election in the Edo State. The reason offered by JUSUN for bringing this application during 2020 annual vacation of the court in the course of the forthcoming election in Edo State and the purported claim of controversy being generated by 2 leading political parties in Edo State, and also the threat to order closure of all bank accounts of Edo State by faction of the Edo State Council, Edo State House of Assembly. My lord, these are not good and substantial reasons that application of this nature is vague and empty to be filed during annual vacation, a month before the election, to cripple the activities of government, he said. He restated that the outcome of the Edo poll would not affect the subsisting judgment of the court dated January 13, 2014, even when there was no appeal. According to him, any of the parties that wins election would have no choice than to comply with the subsisting judgment, provided that the learned counsel for the judgment creditor or the judgment creditor itself will do the proper thing by ascertaining the actual amount they are entitled to. Justice Abang, who heard that the application was lacking in merit, described it as vague for failing to state how much the union members were being owed by the state government. The judge said the action was an abuse of court process. He thereafter dismissed the suit and adjourned till September 30th for hearing of the lawsuit against 35 other state governors and their attorneys general. NAN recalls that the decision of the Abuja Division of the Federal High Court on January 13, 2014 was in favor of financial autonomy for judiciary, and the judgment is yet to be complied with or appealed by the state governors. Okay, well, what I have to say is just a congratulations to the Edo State government, because of course, you know, they use their own judgments, their own, you know, like we always say on the streets, they use their church mind that this is not it, because they know that it has ulterior motive. Everybody knows that, and you see that is the reason why even the Edo lawmaker, the faction of Edo lawmaker, they know that they cannot even, it is not possible for them to even say they want to even impeach, because there's no time for them to do that, so they don't even bother. And the reason why we are asking that, if they need quite already, they wanted to come in, they would have just organized themselves and, you know, be acting the way they are just acting a month before the election, you know, instead of waiting till this moment. So another set of people, you know, wanted to just cripple the whatever, you know, at least based on what the judge has said, you know, try to look at everything beyond what is being brought. And again, according to what the judge said, that the said amount was not even mentioned, and it was not really done in good faith. It was done in a bad faith. But one thing is that he said even after the election, you know, if they want to go ahead and do that, of course they are very free. The case has been adjourned to 30th of September. That time election must have taken place. Then whosoever that is going to be there, they will know how to start the whole thing from the beginning. Okay, all evil plans against Obaseki will fail. He will remain a winner. Obaseki is a bigger evil, and anybody supporting Obaseki is evil too. Like, seriously? Okay, your children and your entire whatever are evil. Okay, you should expatiate how is Obaseki a bigger evil. As already decided, APC candidates and sponsor cannot adduce, has not been able to adduce one reason why Obaseki should not be re-elected. State treasury is being used for the Edo people under him, not put into Grand Daw's personnel scheme. Okay. These suits are being sponsored by Oshomole and Ezeyamu, but thank God they have failed again, as they don't mean well for the state. They are enemies of progress. Sound judgment from Justice Abang. Judges in Nigeria and judiciary will never stop at being partisan in their ruling. Why political coloration for a just application? Workers are not paid for 7 months, and for crying out, it is because of impending election. Abba, that is not good enough. Okay, that is the position another person here. And someone say, are you among the worker APC man? Listen to the judgment properly. It was since 2014 during Oshomole rule. The judge was right. Okay. Nice judgment. APC is deceptive. For the first time, Justice Okon Abang has done reasonable thing. I think he wants to redeem and rebuild his image. Congratulations, Justice Okon Abang. APC Oshomole and his pastor, that's their failure. God will continue to disappoint these evil-minded people that Oshomole is using against Obaseki. They will continue to fail in their bid to stop God's projects. Nice decision by His Lordship. The appellant should have asked the court to compel the government to pay them their outstanding salaries, asking that the court of the state be frozen in a time like this reveals they indeed have an ulterior motive. So if there's merit on the case, you will dismiss it because believing that it is targeted on the forthcoming election. Judy, Niger. Every power working against Obaseki relation die by fire, 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 fire. Well, I think the case has been adjourned again till 30th of September. They are not even striking it out completely, but it's still going to be revisited, and that's why they have to come back. They run to Justice Okon Abang as usual, but this time it disappoints them. You can imagine. So guys, let's hear your opinion concerning this. I know that the state government will be so happy with these judgments. Leave your comments below and let us know what you think about this. Thank you.